everybody, and welcome to another exciting, fun-filled, expeditious episode of Radio-Rama, where, as the name indicates, I show you how to work on radios. But today we don't have a radio, we have a Decca. The, what is that supposed to say? Seaford? Sealord? C, whatever, I don't care, whatever. Model DP533. I have it plugged in, but I'm not going to try to make it work because this is hard to turn. That's not going to work. So I'm going to at least take this C-clip off and we'll see what's going on underneath. Oh, damn, shut up that stupid tool. All right. Okay. If you see what's happening here, then this bearing is not twisting. So it needs to be heated up and oiled. This is such a wonderful recording so far. I swear to God, yes. All right, anyway, that's a problem. So this is frozen, and this motor is frozen up too. So I'll need to heat that up a little bit. And then it's time to mess up Rajesh's video. Oh, look at that. He's failed. He can't get FM to work. Too bad. Okay, so what I've been doing is I've just been applying a little bit of oil here. And then get out my soldering gun. Not soldering gun, but my soldering wand. And we've just been slowly going around and heating this up. And then what you want to do is see if you can get it to... Alright, now that's starting to really turn. I kind of want to work out some of that old nasty grease, so I'm going to spin this a little bit, then wipe it off and reapply. And then we'll have to work on getting the motor unseized. Alright, for the motor bearing, what you want to do is you start off on the top. I'm using this Zoom Spout oil. You go down and you put some oil down there into that bearing. It'll just like seep in there. Try not to get any oil on this, because if you do, you'll get it all over that rubber. That will be really, really bad. This probably will not turn. It's frozen. We need to get the bearing on the bottom, and that means that this whole top needs to come unscrewed, which is easy because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and it all comes out in one piece. Well, looky here is the most dinkiest design. Basically, it's a 90-volt motor. And that allows them to get away with a real cheap design with no power transformer. Then go to a 25L6 output. It's got a little selenium rectifier in there. And we're going to get to the bottom of this motor bearing because it's going to get stuck. Like some ancient amber in here. It's probably like bugs from 1955 embedded in there. And maybe someday they'll be able to extract DNA from its sap. Turn them into dinosaurs. So I can't get this to free up. And I think either some string got wrapped around it up here, like you see right there, or this bearing needs to come off. But either way, like these 3 standoffs, you got to take them off so you can take the motor apart. Okay, so I've taken it all apart and I took pictures of all the hardware. I don't think it's the top here. I thought that was string, but it's like little washers. I've never seen that before. I guess it's to get this up high enough to engage the friction wheel, but the back here, that back part is not moving very easily, so I need to heat that up or take that off, clean it up. Oh no! Man, if I knock that off the bench, I'm screwed. It's going way over there. Alright, so let me take that back end off and clean it up. Just about punched myself in the face pulling this off there, but anyway, that was really stuck on there, and I'm not sure if you can get this in the camera. It's just old gunk. You can clean all that stuff out of there and sandpaper that down a little bit. It should turn a lot better. Alright, what you want to do, I cleaned it out with a little Q-tip and some carburetor cleaner. And what we're going to do is saturate this felt. And then we'll do the same thing on that one, except I like to hold it upside down and I can't hold my camera and do that at the same time. Okay, so I fixed the motor, put it back together again. You probably can't even see that turning. But if I turn it off, watch. Take forever to spin down. So that is much better. Quit filming.
Oh,
Crap.
yeah. Oh, well, that's actually, it looks like a coil. I've seen some that they just...
Okay, well, I fired it back up again. Mechanically it works, but and it's hard to tell because it's loud in here and everyone's making noise, including the whatever that vacuum machine is. But the electrolytic capacitors are bad. Filter caps. Got a little bit of audio here. Maybe the cartridge is messed up. Yeah. Well, either way, yeah, need to replace those electrolytics. Well, we need to replace the electrolytics in this can. There's 3 values, 60, 40, and 20. And it's probably a floating chassis. Probably going through a cap in here. And look how cheap this thing is. It's got a little tab you bend out this way, the one this way, then like that pulls out. So it's not really meant to be serviced a whole lot. Probably weren't expected to last this long. But anyway, we need to take this cover off to get to the bottom of that thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is replace each one of these values. Red, green, blue, and red is 60, blue is 40, green is 20. So I'm going to stick these 2 capacitors and one I dropped on the floor in there in its place. Okay, so you see now we have these electrolytics installed, and I also installed this diode, and I measured the plate voltage coming off the output tube. Max is 200 volts. It's sitting at like 125 volts, so we got plenty. Don't need to put in a compensating resistor for that. So now let's plug it up, see if it works. Alright, it seems like it's working alright on 78. I'm not sure if these things are supposed to be that quiet, but I mean, like, look at the speaker. What a dumb design. It's like literally holes with a drill screwed through this front. There's like this tiny little amount of air for the speaker to make any noise at all. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But it's at the end of the day of working here at the museum, and I know it's loud as hell here, and it probably annoyed some of you people watching, so I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I'm going to take this home, and then we'll resume. Alright, so I'm back from the silliness of the museum, which is very distracting. And anyway, I brought it home. I did get the electronics more or less done and buttoned up, but I haven't reassembled it. But I did at least I wanted to try it out. And here's the 78. Takes a minute to warm up. You turned the tables on me, and now I'm falling for you. You turned the tables on me. I can't believe that it's true. So here's the deal. That's probably somewhat acceptable. It is a very small speaker, but it probably was louder than that when it was new. This has a, I believe, can't remember, it's a 1 or 2 volt cartridge in it, and it's just not loud enough, and unfortunately most of these have gone bad. So I'm going to think about it. What I might do is remove the cartridge and see if I have any, or go to the museum and see if we have more, and I'll bring a pocket full back, because I think we have a shit ton of these in there, and try them out. And if not, well, you know, I'll just have to tell someone, you've got to crank it all the way, and it's not the most amazing high fidelity machine. Well, I'm not sure if I did anything or what, but basically I took the cartridge off and I cleaned the little contacts, put it back on.
Always thought when you brought the lovely present you bought, why haven't you brought me more, dear? But if you would come...
Well, I guess pretty loud, so I guess that was the problem. So now that that's done, it's time to clean everything up. And then she'll be good to go. Oh wait, I gotta reassemble the electronics underneath too. That's a great idea. Very cool. This is a nifty little record player, and I'm thinking about taking my car to the local car show this year. Anyway, I don't think I've even shown this thing yet, but I bought a car. I bought that. It's a 1949 Plymouth Deluxe. Little car. I figured just tons of room in the car show for that thing, and I could put a table up at that little 45 player or something. Promote the museum. Anyway, that concludes this episode of Radiorama, even though it was about record players. I know it was kind of a silly episode too, but that's okay. Alright, see you next time. Bye-bye.